Welcome to another Warhammer 40K video. In this video, we're gonna be looking at the preview from Adepticon 2025. So the first four big news or big new releases are gonna be the four new codexes, and with those, there are gonna be some miniatures and boxes, as you can see in the title. I called it the new Battleforces. So the first one we're gonna look at is the Death Guard. With the release of the new Death Guard codex, we have the Lord of Poxes. So the new miniature, the new upcoming miniature, which is a big guy with a big ass sword. Let's be honest, it's a anime size sword. It's a big ass sword in his back and the plasma pistol. With that though, we did get a sneak peek of a Battleforce box called Poxvrod Vector, and inside this box we have the Lord of Poxes, the new miniature, which I'll guess is gonna be around 80 points in the game. Then we have one Plaguebruster Crawler, which is 180 points. Then we have the Floated Blow Drone for 90 points. Then we have, as usually and weirdly, 7 Plague Marines. Why 7? I have no clue, but 7 Plague Marines it is for 125 points. And then we have the Mythic Blightholder, which is one of my favorite miniatures, honestly, for 85 points. And then we have 5 Blightlord Terminators, which is 155 points, which makes it in total, we get inside of this box 715 points for 180 euros. It's a nice looking box. I mean, the variety of the miniatures, the look of the box. The only disappointing thing that there is, it's that we don't have too much of new releases. It's just one new commander. But let's be honest, from all the other chaos looking clans and factions, I would say the Death Guard has the most special minis. Like, they have their own lot of their own minis. So with this in mind, I would rate this box, in my head, I would rate it 10 out of 10. It's a beautiful box, it's a nice looking box, and if you combine it with like 2 Blightholders and 1 Blow Drone, you have for like 250 euros a good 1000 point army. So that's for the Death Guards that we can expect with the new Death Guard codex, which is not, I think it's not included inside this box, so we would have to buy it separately. But I mean, good box, good box. Second on our list is the World Eaters. In the World Eaters, we have, again, like with the Death Guard, which is kind of shameful, only one new miniature release, which feels shit. Not gonna lie, but it feels shit. But the miniature we gonna get is the 8-bound champion, the Slaughterbound, which I think is gonna be around like 100 points. Not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed about this miniature because let's be honest, it's basically a Kit Bash 8-bound. That's what it is. It's a Kit Bash 8-bound, and that's what it is. The real thing I was expecting from the Games Workshop to give us would be the Riders on Juggernauts. Basically the same thing like we have with the Lord Invocatus on the War Leaders, but like a unit of 5 or 3 or something. So the Lord Invocatus could be with them, have those Juggernauts like speed 12, you know, something fast that can get quickly to the enemy. Maybe won't be as tough as the Exhalated 8-bound or the 8-bound, but it will be something like that. But anyway, let's move on. With the War Eaters, we again get the codex like the usual thing, and we get a Battleforce box. It's gonna be called Gore Storm Slaughter Pack. This is what I think about the box, but let's get into it. What is inside the box? Inside this box we have the new 8-bound champion, or the Slaughterbound, which I think is gonna be 100 points. Then we have 20 Jackals. 20 Jackals for 130 points. And then we have 9. So basically 3 units of 8-bound, which is around 465 points if you build them as an Exhalated 8-bound. So in total, inside of this box, you get 695 points for 180 euros. This box is not great. If I would have to rate it, my rating would be 4 out of 10. And that's because we need more minis. Like I said, the riders on the Juggernaut would be nice, or something like that. Give us something new. I know they gave us in the new kill team some new jackals or whatever they are, but they look like better jackals. So the war leaders definitely need new minis. It would help a lot. But yeah, and this box, it's good minis inside. I mean, the Accelerated 8-bound or the 8-bound in total, they're good minis. The Jackals are fine minis too, but spamming just like 2 same units in one box doesn't make it a good box, and that's why I'm giving it 4 out of 10. And the third on our list is the Thousand Suns. With the Thousand Suns, we have, again, the new Codex, like I said before, and we have basically 2 new miniatures, but it's the one unit. So we have the Sekitar robots, which are basically a unit of 2s, and they look like something like something compared to Obliterators. You could compare something that is possible to fight even on melee, but has a lot of shooting potential. It looks like something finally heavy that could help them kill some tanks or something like that. It's a nice looking miniatures. I'm not gonna lie, they are looking very nice. Very good looking miniatures, and my guess for 2 of those, they will cost around 140 points in game. With that in mind, we get a Battleforce box in this release too, 4000 Suns too. So we get the Warp Flame Troll Band. Inside this box we get 4 new Sekitar robots, which is nice looking, and I'm guessing it's gonna be around 280 points. With that we get 3 Accelerated Sorcerers. Of course, one of them is gonna be on the disc, so that is 335 points. Then we have 5 Terminators or Scarabuckle Terminators. It's 180 points, and then we get 10 Rubik Marines for 220 points. So in total, inside of this box, if I calculate it right, I compared the Sekitar robots to Obliterators point-wise and gear-wise, it should be 1015 points inside this box. It looks pretty amazing. For 180 euros, 1015 points. Hell yeah. And if I have to rate this box, I know I said out of 10, but I'm giving it 12 out of 10 because this is crazy. If it's 1000 points or even less, like 950 or 980, because the robots are going to be cheaper, which is possible because, you know, Games Workshop wants to sell a lot of them and then later they will nerf it. It's possible. So it looks like around 1000 points. Good looking box, amazing box. I think this box is gonna be the box that's gonna leave the shelves straight away when they land. And the fourth on our list are the Grey Knights with their new codex upcoming, and again, new miniature. It's not even one new miniature, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it new 2 weapons, because that's what we gonna get. We get a Grandmaster in Nemesis Dread Knight, which we already have. But he will gonna have probably some new looks or something to it new, with new 2 weapon options, which gonna be the Nemesis Flail and the Nemesis Mace. The Flail looks pretty good though. And that's it. I mean, Grey Knights, really? Is that it? That was my reaction, literally what I saw. But with that in mind, they're gonna give us even the Battleforce box for these guys too. It's called the Sanctum Conclave, and inside this box we have the new Grandmaster in the Nemesis Dread Knight, which should cost, I think, the same like the old Nemesis Dread Knight, probably, maybe a little more, don't know. It's around 210 points. With that in mind, we have 10 Grey Knights, Brotherhood Terminators, which are 400 points in total, and then we have 10 Grey Knights Strike Squad, which should be 240 points in total. Inside of this box, it should be 850 points for 180 euros. This box, if it's really this, if they didn't update anything, which Grey Knights are kind of, I think, old minis. They're a little bit old. Let's be honest. They updated just weapons, which is shame. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10 for my rating. And why? To describe this box easily, it's just, it looks like upgraded version of Combat Predator, and that's what it is. If it included codex, maybe they would do it, because I don't know if it's an army set or if it's gonna be Battle Force. I'm not 100% sure about that, but what it looked like, it should be a Battle Force, so it won't include codex, but without the codex, it's definitely 5 out of 10. And now we move into the 5th box, but a box that isn't a Battle Force box. It's an army set, which is the Space Wolves. With this army set, of course, because it's an army set, inside the Space Wolves army set, we're gonna get the codex and the data cards. So that's the first starter of the army set inside. About this army set, I'm not gonna be lying, I'm gonna be a bit biased because I've been waiting for Space Wolves. I'm a Space Wolves player. I like my Space Wolves. Yeah, that's me. Anyway, let's get down into it. So inside this box, we have 10 blood claws. 10 blood claws. Really, Games Workshop? I see through your tricks. Let's be honest. It's assault intercessors. Look at it. It's assault intercessors with some upgrades, brew. If it's gonna be assault intercessor with an upgrade sprue, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, that's what's inside the box. So because I literally compared it to assault intercessors, I think it's gonna be the same point wise, 150 points. For the second unit, which I do like, is the Grey Hunters. So basically, it's the new updated Grey Hunters, which basically look like combination of assault intercessors and normal intercessors, with the lighter bolt carbines, which means they're gonna be a movie enough, but not shooty enough, I think. Like, they're gonna smash stuff and shoot stuff at the same time, but everything they're gonna be doing like okay-ish, not like one of those is gonna be meh and the other one is gonna be great. So it's gonna be okay squad, I think. These are gonna be, I think, used a lot, the Grey Hunters, and I compared them to the old Grey Hunters point-wise, so it's gonna be 170 points. The third thing inside this box is the Wolfguard Head Takers. And with this one, let's be honest, it's Blade Guard veterans with wolves and pelts on them. It's literally Wolfguard, it's literally the Blade Guard veterans, and I don't mind it. They look hella nice. The Wolfguard Head Takers look very nice. They're gonna be probably around 100 points, I think, because of the extra wolves in their squad. So basically you have the 3 dudes and 3 wolves, which is nice. So in total you get 6 minis for that unit. And yeah, 100 points, that's what I'm thinking. Then we have the Wolfguard Battle Leader, and this guy, I think, I compared it to, I think, Captain Greaves armor, because he looks like he has the Greaves armor on him. It's same as with the Blade Guard veterans. So I think this guy is gonna be like the Captain Greaves armor. He's gonna be for 80 points, which he looks very nice looking new captain. So thank you for that, 80 points. And then I think the best looking miniature from out of this set is the Wolf Priest, which is beautiful new Space Wolf Chaplain, which I think is gonna be for 60 points, which I do love. So, total in this box, it's 560 points for 180 euros. And to compare it to other army sets that got released this year, or the previous year already? Yeah, previous year and this year, it was the Emperor Children and the Death Corps of Greek. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. And I'm a Space Wolf fan. I like the miniatures, although I do hate the Blood Claws because it's assault intercessors with fancy upgrades. But 6 out of 10, I think it's a good box for someone who wants to start Space Wolves and has a lot of new cool looking miniatures. So yeah, that's all the big boxes that we gonna get out of this preview show and all the boxes that were announced. But with that in mind, they did announce the book Crusade, or the book Crusade Armageddon, which I think is a missed opportunity or possible prediction. There's a chance that they could, later in a year or in a few months, release a versus box or box including 2 armies for this Crusade Armageddon. And inside of it, bear in mind, a new Grey Knights and some demons against them, you know, like, or some War Eaters against them. Like the battle box, it would have like 300 points of those guys, 300 points of those guys, and maybe some little book about the Crusade. And it would be a cool looking box. I mean, Games Workshop, why not? You know, we want new Grey Knights minis, so give us a versus box and you can sell new boxes. With that in mind, there were few things more released with this show, and one of them was the Kill Team Typhon with new Tyrannid evolutions, I would call them, or the Spec Ops Tyrannids. Basically, it was Tyrannids that were jack of all trades, looking like some Armageddons on steroids, getting changed into new evolutions, which look pretty cool looking. New Tyrannids, definitely the Tyrannid players are gonna enjoy. And the Adeptus Mechanicus gets new stuff too, with the new Techno Archaeologist and the Servitor Overseer with bunch of new Servitors. Not gonna lie, I'm not a Mechanicus player, but the new Servitors look crispy nice. And the most likable thing out of this box is the Tyrannid terrain. Looks very nice. Honestly, it looks very, very nice. I mean, it's very comparable to a lot of those 3D prints that are out there, so it's a very nice looking thing. And the last thing that got me excited was the objective markers they announced that looked like they should be good looking, and they should be made out of some soft plastic, so they shouldn't be like they shouldn't be some paper or something, you know. So if it's gonna be some soft plastic, they could be good looking. So yeah, this is what I took from the Warhammer Adepticon preview show. This is what I kept in my head. This is the summary that I got in my ratings, what I thought about all these releases and what we have to get. I'm definitely gonna get myself the Thousand Suns box. I mean, that box looks hella nice. And I like the new robots. And I'm gonna definitely be looking for those Space Wolves, even though I have enough Space Wolves by now. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for these 2 boxes in the future for sure to steal from the shelves. And yeah, what you think, guys? What you really liked about this new upcoming releases? Do you agree or disagree with what I said or what was said by me? If you do, go down in the comments. Don't forget to go down. We can talk about it in the comments. I do like to answer your comments. And if you did like the video, don't forget to like the video and maybe subscribe so you wouldn't miss the next video. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching and see you later. Bye bye.